Yo, what's going on, y'all? It's Combo Breaker 99. I'm back with another post-fight analysis video. All right, y'all. Cheyanne Vlismas versus Mallory Martin. All right, y'all didn't really have a pick going into this fight. I just kind of felt like this was a good, unranked strawweight fight to just kind of sit back and enjoy and see what was going to happen. I was kind of leaning towards Mallory Martin just because I'm more of a fan of her. I've been watching her longer. But Cheyanne Vlismas, I said, okay, man. Like the one thing I said when I did talk about this fight is that if Vlismas gets into a groove with her stand-up, it's pretty much going to be her fight, and Mallory Martin, she was going to have to take this fight down to the ground, in my opinion, because Vlismas is much better on the feet. The only thing that had me on the fence about Vlismas going into the fight with her striking is if she doesn't improve her footwork, because her footwork, it wasn't there in the Ruiz fight, and that's what kind of cost her that fight. And for a little bit, for parts of the Gloria DePaula fight, which she did win, the footwork wasn't as sharp as it was last night. We can admit that because she did get taken down multiple times against Ruiz, who was one-dimensional, right? And she had no way to really nullify that. But in this fight here, she really did show some improvement. So once again, this is a good example of improvements. Like this is the definition of improvements. Like I have to keep saying this because we see like high level fighters making big changes where they don't need to. Like improvements are based off of something that was done wrong in the past, right? For sure. Like they are based off of something. That's why they're called improvements. Like you have to go back and look and say, okay, what did we do wrong the first time? And what can we do to keep that, to prevent that from happening this time? What can we do to make that better, right? So Vlismas' team, they went back, corrected some of her stationary movement, some of her stationary habits in the first couple of fights. They corrected that and they said, look, you have to be more on your toes. You have to be mobile. You have to be nimble. You have to use your lateral movement, and you have to make fighters reset if you want to be this type of kickboxer. And if you want to be a striker, you have to be on your toes, moving with good punches, good punch placement, So Vlismas in this fight, I said, okay, if she keeps this stand and uses her feet, it's going to be her fight, Mallory Martin, on the other hand, she did have some good moments in this fight. She was just always a step behind Vlismas, always a step behind the work rate, fighting behind Vlismas. And the big part, lack of defense, lack of head movement. Mallory Martin, she was doing a good job with the pressure. She definitely knows how to cut the octagon off, but she was not being first. She was, every time she stepped into range, she would wait till Vlismas threw, strike first, or she would just throw one shot at a time. So by the time she throw one shot, land a good shot on Vlismas, boom, Vlismas come back with 2-3 shots, move, reset, 2-3 shots, move, reset, while she's landing like in singles or doubles. So, Vlismas just had the striking advantage here and the takedown defense. So, when it all came down to it, I said, okay, striking is going to favor Vlismas. And if it stays standing, she's pretty much going to win, and she pretty much pitched the shutout in this fight. I mean, the first round, all three rounds were pretty much the same. Vlismas just turning it up. Vlismas first round, fighting behind a good jab, throwing head kicks right away and landing the head kicks, so I said, oh, somebody might get knocked out. For real, I was like, somebody might get knocked out. They keep eating these head kicks like this, Vlismas, she just wasn't putting like full on power behind it. But eventually, if a counter shot was going to land, I said, somebody's getting dropped, and it might be Mallory Martin. So the lateral movement was coming into play, just setting up combinations, moving in and out, moving side to side. Mallory was just doing a good job of stalking and cutting off the octagon, but she wasn't landing enough. She did set up some beautiful right hands that landed on Vlismas. Vlismas said, anything slowing me down. Let me step to the side here and just reset and continue to be first. One thing that Mallory Martin needed in this fight that I was waiting on too, the breakdown of a fighter that's going to keep moving is leg kicks. Like, where was the leg kicks? Like, Mallory Martin was not throwing any leg kicks here. Vlismas just kept stepping in, Mallory Martin kept stepping into her range, but she would never fire off any like calf kicks to slow her down. So Vlismas just kept moving. She was using her legs to the best of her advantage and landing these 2-3 shot combinations. Second round, the same way, she started putting more steam on her shots and landing that head kick, the left head kick, and just kept turning it up. Like Martin, to me, in my opinion, she just she's showing the form in the pressure, but she just was not fighting off a jab and throwing enough leg kicks to slow down the faster fighters. So I think, this was just Vlismas, her fight all the way. She's fighting off the back foot well, landing first. Martin, she tried to finally go in for a clinch and a takedown, but it was canceled out. Vlismas defended the takedown well, went back to the control from the outside. And again, no head movement from Mallory Martin was just really costing her the fight. And, at the end of each round, you could really see like Vlismas trying to rub it in and, pitch that fight to her. She was talking that trash. I mean, and, that's just another form of her. Like every time we get down to the last 10 seconds, she like to, kind of egg the fighter on. And, she just comes on a little bit stronger at the end instead of just like stepping out of harm's way. So that's what makes it a little bit entertaining as well. Last round, though, was more the same, just her stepping on the gas, landing her right hand. Mallory Martin just landing in singles, getting touched up, getting hit square in the nose, no head movement whatsoever, no leg kicks. So Vlismas, she's mixing it up here, just stepping side to side, boom, combinations, last 10 seconds again, egging her on. And, she closed it out, not closed it out, but, pitched the shutout. So, yeah, I had a 30-27 for Vlismas. Mallory Martin, there's a lot of work that needs to be done there. She definitely got the heart. She's one of those fighters with the fight in her, the dog in her, but the technique and the skills need to be polished. They have to catch up because, like I say, raw talent and natural abilities will only get you so far. And they're definitely not going to get you into the top 50. Well, they won't get you into the top 5. Let's put it that way. They'll get you into the top 10 maybe, but eventually you're going to run into somebody with everything. At least Cheyanne Vlismas, she's got the idea. She's been working on her skills, polishing it up, getting better. So, we'll see. From here, Cheyanne Vlismas, I think that I actually think a fight with her and Luana Pinheiro would be interesting. I would actually have to go with Vlismas because I think her striking is better. And you see she likes to fight. She will go in and attack. She ain't going to be sitting on the back foot. She has a better gas tank. But the one weakness she might have is she might fall into that Ruiz. She might fall into that Ruiz factor again if Luana Pinheiro starts using that judo. She starts tossing around with that judo, it might be a problem. But if she continues to throw these combinations like she does, that could be an issue that she could probably beat Luana Pinheiro. I mean, I like the improvements I've seen out of her more so than Pinheiro's. But another fight that could happen, maybe for like top 15 spot is Lupita Benitez. And in that fight, I'd have to go with Lupita because I think Lupita, she has the striking and the strength to take Vlismas off her feet for sure. That's going to be a gritty fight. That for sure would be a gritty fight. But as for Mallory Martin, if she doesn't step it up, maybe in another fight or two, we might see her getting cut. I don't know. Maybe her and Sam Hughes, that would be a good fight, to kind of be a confidence builder for one of them and just kind of see who can say, look, we got to step up our game. This would be like Courtney Casey and who was Courtney Casey's last fight? Kind of like that type of fight. Whoever Courtney Casey fought last, Liana Jojo. Yeah. The fight where it's really saying, look, you got to perform here. You gone, because Liana Jojo was gone now, right? Yeah. So, yeah, man, again, improvements. That's an ongoing thing I'm going to be talking about because, I'm going to be real. I'm going to be real with these fighters and critiquing them, man. Like I said, like, there's no need to make changes, if it's not based off anything. See, Vlismas made some changes because, look, she didn't look the best in the Ruiz fight, of course. She looked good in the Gloria DePaula fight, but she looked better in this one. She looked much better in this fight with the footwork, and that's why I've been saying she needed to start using. But from here, man, like I said, a good fight would maybe be for the top 15 spot for her. And I might do this in another video, but, at the end of the fight, she talked about why her and Mallory fought, because Mallory, she was like, hey, let's get this money. Like, let's make this fight happen. We known each other for a long time. We're friends and so on. But, that's what you have to do. Like, I know a lot of people still don't get that, but Basically, what I'm saying is, look, if you're in the same division and you two are friends, you pretty much are going to cross paths. You know what I mean? So you have to go into that division in that sport knowing that if we came up together, we probably will fight, especially if we're both 115. I mean, if I'm 125 and you're 115, that's different. But if we're both strawweights and we both want the belt, I think we know that we're going to be fighting sooner or later. Like maybe not early in our career, but like if we both get to the top, like both get to the top 5, we are going to fight. So get it out of the way now or wait till then when the tension is going to be higher and the stakes are going to be higher. But, either way, you're going to be doing it, So that's just my point about that. Like, that's why I asked that question in my poll, do friends have to fight? That was her mindset, get this money. I think, yeah, they do, either for financial reasons like this, you give your friend you lend them a hand, because it's still a business. And if your business is right, you might want to just help them out. I mean, Jack Johnson, he used to do that to some of his friends in the past. Chris Bird, heavyweight boxer, another boxer, he used to do that to some of his friends, give them a fight, give them a payday, So it's a common thing. So why not? And it shouldn't put a strain on the friendship. I mean, if y'all came into the game, throwing hands and again, choking people out and, bringing people closer to brain damage every day, stop trying to be so friendly, right? I mean, if the friendship is kind of special, I could say, yeah, like there could be a point where you could try to avoid it, but just know, like, if y'all both make it to the top, the fight has got to happen because y'all are in the same division. It's not like y'all are blood brothers or twins or anything like that. So I could understand that situation, but eventually you two are going to have to fight. But again, like even on the lower level, when fighters say they're not going to fight, I mean, if y'all are around each other in this division, like if you're number 14 and friend number 1 is 15, friend number 2 and 3 or 11 and 12, you're going to have to fight. You're going to have to fight. That's why you have to separate that friendship from business or be prepared to put that friendship on the line or just understand that when we do get out, we can be friends out of the octagon, right? That's the best way to do it. I mean, Sean Porter, Terrence Crawford, they're friends, but they put the friendship to the side to make the fight happen. And now, they're cool. They're still cool, right? So yeah, that's my take on that for now. We can talk about it later in a live stream, or I'll just do a video on it as well. But let me know what y'all think. What's next for both of these fighters as well. Combo Breaker 99. I'm out. Subscribe. Peace.